Lamborghini Huracan EVO, an iconic supercar that's been around for just over 8 years now, arriving as the replacement car for the Gallardo, and the rival Ferrari being the 458. Welcome to AutoNerd, your car-friendly YouTube channel for all information and knowledge regarding sports cars. If you do enjoy this video, remember to subscribe, like and comment along the way. Over the years, there's been minor updates and a few limited run models, but in essence, Lamborghini still sells its junior V10 supercar with the same basic powertrain, interior and chassis. The Lamborghini Huracan comes in 5 different basic model types: the rear-wheel drive in the Coupe and the Spider, or the all-wheel drive with the both Coupe and the Spider, and the top-of-the-range STO version. However, all models have the V10 engine. In the fast-moving supercar class, to maintain a single model like this without satisfactory changes might seem tragic. However, the Huracan's naturally aspirated V10 has remained, and this is not bad at all. Oh no sir, it is not. The Huracan EVO is one slick, mean-looking machine on 4 wheels. It introduces refined aerodynamic solutions while remaining true to the design philosophy that is the shape of a Lambo. The front bumper adapts unmissable Lamborghini Y-shaped style. The hood line's inspired with that kind of skirt air intakes redesigned from the Murcielago. The Huracan overall hasn't dramatically changed over years, but the new EVO model did come with the new bumpers and wheel design that do look fresh indeed, featuring 20-inch alloy rims with a whole range of colours to match your bodywork. From a technical standpoint, the design is extreme, with a wonderful tone to the surfacing and lines that reference Lamborghini cars. The very open rear end is another shout out, with all models now featuring the raised exhaust outlets. These exhaust pipes do make an amazing sound. Personally, I'm not a fan of the high-up exhaust tips, and I believe I have covered this in past videos before. However, that noise I will never get bored of. Quality inside is very good, and if you start digging through all the different options and lists, you can have a very different range of plush materials, naturally finished leathers, stitching, and nearly an infinite choice of colours for your dash doors on this Huracan. You can make this really a thrilling but terrifying experience with the amount you can easily add to the total purchase cost. The Huracan's interior went through quite a substantial update in 2019, swapping the original button-heavy control bridge for a more modern portrait layout touchscreen. While this might appear to improve the interior's interface and usability, it truly is actually the opposite, as the screen itself is quite awkwardly placed and not very responsive. It also takes away some key controlling elements that make simple tasks such as volume control, climate control a real complication, paired with the steering wheel's lack of stereo controls in favour of the Ferrari-like interior and wiper controls. It makes the Huracan quite irritating to operate on the move. Yet, as a daily driver, the Huracan's packing limitations leave the biggest impression, with almost no small item of storage in the centre console, and a frustratingly small centre cubby that's not even big enough to fit a modern smartphone. So for you people that have got your Samsung Galaxies and your big iPhone Pluses, it ain't gonna fit. Yet the biggest oversight is the very tight quarters for tall drivers in the Spider, with anyone close to 6 foot is forced to put their seat right into the furthest back position in the space used to house the folding carbon roof. All Huracans feature the same 5.2-litre V10 engine, which itself is loosely based on the 5.2-litre V10 found in Audi's R8. This, however, was not the case with the previous Gallardo. It had a 5-litre that was a bespoke unit designed and built in Italy. The decision to change over to Audi's engine was the improved fuel injection and the extra torque it was able to produce. But believe me when I say this, there's been no change in character or performance. The difference between the V10 engine in the Huracan and in the R8 is a huge difference. It's like listening to your favourite band live and then listening to it on your phone. It's not more volume to the Lambo V10, but the texture and the depth in the revs. It's just a sublime engine, one that feels like a true combustion engine, almost as if it was designed purely for entertainment rather than providing the motion of moving forward. And as the case in all Lamborghinis that went before, the V10 engine is always dressed for occasion, sitting underneath the engine engine cover is the glamorous and the high detail of any bedroom wall supercar. The engine itself is also dry slump, helping it sit nice and low in the engine bay. And there's a typical collection of top-end goodies such as double overhead cams. All Huracans have a dual clutch transmission and it is a fantastic unit, far superior to the single clutch unit that's banned in the Aventador. With fast response to the pedals, quick shifting, the transmission, gearing is just absolutely faultless. All Lamborghini Huracans certainly have the performance to back up their supercar looks, only taking 3.5 seconds to do 0 to 62 miles an hour in the Spider model. But the coupe version only takes 3.3 seconds, which is 0.2 seconds quicker. That was the rear-wheel drive. If we go to the all-wheel drive Huracans, they have a meteor 631 brake horsepower engine, and the extra drive wheels help it get off the line that bit quicker, with the coupe doing the fastest out of all Huracans, doing a 0 to 62 miles an hour in 2.9 seconds. That is 0.6 seconds quicker than the rear-wheel drive Spider. And then the all-wheel drive Spider is just closely behind, taking 3.1 seconds. Both the rear-wheel and all-wheel drive models have a top speed of 201 miles an hour. Beyond just numbers though, reporters have said being without a turbocharger makes the Huracan feel different to most of the rivals on the road today. The noise and the response of a 5.2 litre V10 gives back in return, making you more excited than ever. You don't need those turbos when you listen to this. So, there are drawbacks for having such a large and old-fashionable engine, should we say, as it does like to drink in this case. Oh yeah, it does. If you think this Huracan is an efficient car, forget about that. And if you think you're going to be hitting mid-20 miles per gallon, forget that again. Braking in the 20s in the Huracan is usually a sign you're not driving it correctly. You should be seeing around 15 to 17 miles to the gallon on these models if driven properly. Take that as you will. As it stands, there are currently 5 varieties of Huracan that make up the coupe and Spider versions. So prices for the basic Huracan EVO rear-wheel drive starting in the UK at £165,000. In coupe form, with the Spider coming in a more serious £182,000. All-wheel drive models are around £35,000 more. So you're going to be seeing £199,000 for the coupe and £218,000 for the Spider. Finally, the STO tops us off at $260,000, making it a GT3 rival, but one that's pretty much double the price of a Porsche GT3. However, before I finish this video, I always do 3 positives of parts I love about the car and 3 concerns I have about the car. So let's start with the positives. Firstly, Lamborghini decided to do the switch all that time ago to the 5.2 litre engine from the Audi, and it really does make a difference, especially the noise. Secondly, overall design. I've always loved the slim, sleek design of this Lamborghini Huracan, especially the Y-shaped front bumper. Thirdly, the dual clutch transmission. Over the Aventador, this Huracan makes gear changing effortless. Lambo have really done a great number on that. And now what are my 3 concerns about this vehicle? Bit of an odd one, but the door handles. Over 25 models in the USA had to be recalled due to the drivers being stuck and not able to get out. So the door handle designs are pretty shocking. The small buttons and dials around the interface of this car, and the new information screen that's replaced the other bulkier buttons. A lot of older customers and people with larger fingers have complained about the difficultness of using the car steering wheel buttons and the dials while driving. Lastly, the speakers in the car. I didn't cover this point in the video, but customers have reported to say, and I quote, the Lamborghini speakers in the Huracan are trash, as they haven't put any high-end quality speakers like Bose or Bang & Olufsen. Because if you're going to be spending over 6 figures on a supercar, you got to have some decent speakers in there. So there we have it, the review of the Lamborghini Huracan EVO. Thank you so much for watching this short review of what is an extreme and unique car. Also as well, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I couldn't have really done it without you guys. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, remember to do so and like the video if you enjoyed it.